What is going on? Welcome to Heaven on Earth. I'm Michael, the Leo Mystic, and this is where I channel the sacred guidance for this astrological week of the 16th until the 22nd of August. And it's going to be a very, very powerful ending of the week. But before we go there, please consider subscribing, liking this video, and check out the Heaven on Earth platform, which is all there to help you trust your intuitive guidance through astrology, through oracle card readings, through a 6-step meditation method to align with the astrological energy, a Heaven on Earth platform for you to interact with your like-minded souls, and a one-on-one call with me live. It's all in the description below. The doors will open with the beginning of Virgo season, which is next week. All right, so do check that out. It is very powerful. You do want to be there. We currently have 15 people in there, and it is powerful. So let's go into the astrology of this week. We have the sun in Leo, still one more week to go. Ooh, do enjoy, because it is very fiery energy. Now, it is kind of a weird Leo season, normal Leo season. But, you know, that doesn't surprise us, right? Because we got already 2 years of really weird energy. Anyway, it's all renewal. We got Uranus and Taurus. That is Heaven on Earth. What's Heaven on Earth is really about. And it's not about, when we have Leo season, Leo is about fun and play and about creativity. And it's about shining. And, you know, when we look at before Heaven on Earth, Leo, you know, kind of had that reputation of like the ego, of like, you know, just, you know, shining and then wanting approval is like the, I would say, negative traits that astrology gives to Leo. But, you know, that's, in a way, that's all, I wouldn't say done, because that is more than ever. This is a more 3D kind of way, like, oh, the 3D really gets emphasized. It's like more approval, more egotistical, more like my way of doing things. But the 5D is where we're growing towards and ascending towards, and that is really about service. And that's why it doesn't surprise me that we got so much Virgo energy right now with this Leo season. And let's keep it real, a lot of Aquarian energy too. We got 2 full moons in Aquarius. The second one is coming up at the ending of this week. We got Uranus coming retrograde, which, you know, that's very powerful. And we got not even a full moon in Aquarius just, but like on freaking Jupiter, which is like more. So, you know, this Leo season then now with so much Virgo energy is about service, is about being a channel for God. And that's what Leo comes and learn here. And you don't have to be Leo for that. You know, it's just like being in Leo season is where we are being asked to be that, to do that, to take charge of our lives, to be that individualized ego of God without claiming it. You know, creating love, just going forth in life and doing what you came here to do. It's Leo. But I would say, if we make it a little bit more 3D-ish, Virgo judges. So it is self-judgment, it is judging others in the process, and it is not fun for Leo energy, because Leo energy, you know, really likes it. You know, just like having the divine flow through you is pretty fucking cool. But when you claim it, you first and foremost, you make it less pure. And then there's the Virgo energy that says like, fuck you, that is wrong. Like, that is not pure. That's not pure energy. So we're seeing the impurities here. That's one. Now, I do have to say, we have so many planets at home. Not so many. Well, we have the Sun in Leo at home, Mercury in Virgo at home, and now Venus came in Libra at home, making things beautiful, making peace, harmony. And that's kind of like the energy that we have, you know, for the next, what is it, like 2 weeks? well, 1 week with Leo, Sun exiting Leo energy. So I would say 1 week of like really good harmony, and then we get still Mercury and Venus, and in its home sign. So it's really beautiful and it's really nice. And in one way, we had this Virgo energy that was like about planning and structuring and analyzing and judging. And without Mercury in Virgo, it was chaos. We were working our ass off just to get some approval, just so that it wasn't good enough. Now Mercury in Virgo is like, hold on a second. Let's just look at the planning. Is it beneficial what you're doing here? Because it's like very practical, very structured, but without too much. We still have Mars in Virgo, so we still go to like a little bit excessive judgment, excessive hard work. But Venus in Libra now is like, okay, you know what? Let me bring some balance here. Mercury in Virgo is like, let's go and do this. Now, it's like giving instructions. So we're kind of getting instructed by our soul a little bit more, like, hold on, just like, what the fuck are you doing here? Just stop there, just go there. And it's really nice. Now, we're going to have, and I really want to talk about this more than anything today, the full moon in Aquarius. Okay. We have to look first at, well, we got Jupiter in Aquarius in this second full moon in Aquarius. It's the second full moon in Aquarius, which, in the beginning, or at the ending of July, the beginning of Leo season, we had Jupiter in Pisces, and we had that full moon at the beginning degrees, which was, it's a new beginning in a way of an ending. And I'm going to explain myself. The ending is about the Aquarian trade of looking at the people and having a collective conscious. How are we consciously creating together to this? And that's the fourth dimension, by the way. How are we consciously putting our minds into this world? And how is it impacting everyone? Okay, that's really what it's about. Which is, in a way, to us tuning into the guru, the wisdom. But when we do it from a Pluto and Capricorn kind of way, and Saturn in Aquarius, there is this power structure that is telling us how to do it. There's the media, Neptune in Pisces. We had it squaring the nodes, the whole, pretty much the whole beginning of 2021, ending of 2020. The media lies, the manipulation, the propaganda, the leaders impacting with media. Saturn in Aquarius too, like the lockdown, North Node in Gemini, South Node in Sag, truth being spread out in a Sagittarian kind of way, persuasive and occult, but North Node in Gemini telling us like you have to do your own research, you have to focus on your close environment instead of like on the media, instead of like everything outside of yourself, but inside. So there is a narrative that is being pushed, but instead, all right, we have to focus on the Sun in Leo, which is, what is your own heart saying? What is your own creative expression saying, doing? With a North Node in Gemini, which is doing your own research and having your own experiences. And Jupiter in Aquarius is like, yes, the wisdom, the guru, and extraterrestrial and alien and just like other dimensions, letting it come in, and just like meditation and seeking for truth and all those things. But now with a full moon in Aquarius, the second one, right, or two full moons, this is about letting go of whatever that narrative is. And then at the same time, because the second full moon now is on Jupiter in Aquarius. Before, Jupiter was in Pisces, the first one. Jupiter in Pisces is meditation and is like inner wisdom. But the full moon was not on Jupiter in Aquarius, because there was no Jupiter in Aquarius. It was on Saturn in Aquarius, which is more restrictive. It's about responsibilities. And it's like the lockdown. And that's what I said, past month, is this is where that was, in a way, an ending of the, I wouldn't say ending of lockdowns, because I think we're going to see that for a whole year. And who knows, for the next 30-something years with Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter conjunction in Capricorn. But definitely, there's an ending. There's like, it's not as forcing anymore. It was like, it's the middle, so it's like the most forcing we can have. But it is now like the curve, funnily enough, is just like, it's coming down. Okay, it's just like, it's not going to be as intensive anymore, because we have to learn how to, what is our responsibility for these people? How do we create consciously together, right? And we have to let go of the power structure in that and embody our own. Now, Jupiter in Aquarius is more about knowing it all. It's the science behind it. It is the visions. And we have to learn to integrate that into our heart. It is head-heart, right? And with the moon on Jupiter, which is a lot, expansive. It's a full moon in Aquarius. The full moon is already very intense. It's heightened emotions about Aquarian traits of rebellion. And you know what? With that full moon in Aquarius, the day before, Uranus is coming retrograde, which every time Uranus comes retrograde or just again goes station direct, there's always an explosion. There's always something disruptive in Taurus. It is in Taurus. Disruptive that happens, and it's going to happen. Whatever it is, whether it's an earthquake, a fire, a tsunami, or people, because now we got Jupiter in Aquarius too with the full moon on there. It's like, it's a lot of people. So a lot of people coming on the street, who knows? But just definitely a whole movement. That's the word, really. A whole movement happening. Whatever movement that is, it's energetically, right? So if it's a movement in tectonics of the earth plates, or whether it's a movement of people, but it is, here's the word, disruptive. There's a disruptive energy that comes because of it, especially with the full moon. Now, before that full moon was on Saturn, now it's on Jupiter. So that was restrictive. Now it is expansive. So it's going to expose the collective consciousness. It's going to expose more information, more data, more visions, more connections. It's going to bring so many fucking connections, so many people in our lives. It's like, what the hell? Where do all these people come from? That's the movement, like, and it's going to bring visions, but we have to, in a way, let go of the things we know. And I think it's like, it has to do with the mad scientist, Jupiter in Aquarius. It was like, all that science, all that knowledge, all that whatever it is, like, yes, that's cool, but it has a sort of kind of mental virtual reality kind of energy, and you're going to see that peak with that full moon on Jupiter in Aquarius. It's like new inventions, more science, more whatever, metaverses opening up, and just like, fucking hell, just so many worlds. But the full moon says, hold on a second, like, this is right now culminating, and it's there. Now let it go. Now let it do whatever it needs to, do. But what you need to do right now is Sun in Leo. And it's at the ending degrees of Leo. All right? It's at 29 degrees of Leo. Which is where it's very close to Regulus, which is very positive energy. It's very beneficial. It's always an affirmative kind of energy, support of the universe in that sense. So I'm seeing very beautiful, positive energy. I'm also seeing Jupiter in Aquarius with the moon there, a lot of fertility. I'm also seeing a lot of extraterrestrial wisdom and just like a lot of light connections. What we have to learn here is with a full moon, there's always an opposition of the moon and the sun, is, just learning to integrate that part which culminates, which is a lot of wisdom, a lot of people, and the guru, the access to divine wisdom with Jupiter in Aquarius, at the ending degrees of Aquarius, and learning to integrate that and embody Sun in Leo. This is pure light workers energy, period. Sun in Leo, the embodiment of the divine knowledge, opposite Jupiter. That's embodiment of the divine knowledge. I'm going to repeat it once more. Embodiment of the divine knowledge. And Jupiter in Aquarius, the moon in Aquarius, brings a lot of ideas, a lot of inspiration, but it doesn't apply always. It's just like they remain ideas. It's also pretty cool. But this is saying, can you, second full moon in Leo, second full moon in Aquarius with Sun in Leo, can you take charge of those ideas, embody them, be the light, circles of light? That's that big, powerful energy. And it is an integration of the guru within. And that's the Pavana Guru. And that is wisdom that comes from very, very far. And that's why I am saying there's an interference of, I don't know how true this is, but I just need to channel this right now. It's just like the whole satellite thing around the globe. There's a lot of noise. Divine energy that always comes through the moon and through the sun and these portals and just, needing to come to Earth. There's destructive energy. Social media, the satellites around us, like trying to interfere with just us being a channel in a way, and that pure energy that comes through. And it's like distractions. And this is the thing, what are we tuning in to? The good thing is that we have Mercury and Mars in Virgo, trining Uranus retrograde. And that is insights. It is unpredictable. It is like, whoa, this is heaven on earth. This is what it means. And it's just like as if technology, in one way reigns, but on another way, nothing can stop the divine knowledge coming through, no matter how much you fucking try to interfere. Because, the universal intelligence is just way more fucking powerful than any human or any human collective can do. And there's always a balance, by the way, between the demonic and the angelic energy, because they need each other, right? So whatever you tune into is what you will get. So what are you tuning into? Are you tuning into the energy that wants to destroy? That wants to enslave? That's possible and will be done. And there's nothing negative about it. It's just what it is for the evolution at that very moment. But it is not pleasant for us humans. What we are here to do is really connect with one another through the heart and have each other, like a supportive system like the human body, trillions of cells that work in harmony. And we need to learn to do that in this external environment. It's the internal environment that already does it. It's the external environment right now that is mirroring how we're not listening to the internal environment. And that's just fucking it. And the more we tune into that demonic energy, the more that we are going to have to learn how to do that. The more it will be reflected back to us, and the more we will suffer so that we can learn how to do that. So why not already do that? Do we have to suffer more? you know, let's just tune in and meditate and get real on what a light worker means, period. And it is creating art on earth, all right? Let's just keep it real. Creating art on earth. From the heart, all right? And that's very key. And that's Leo energy. And there's like a last call of like, listen to your heart. How do you do that? Heart-brain coherence. Look it up, Heart Math Institute. You all know this if you follow me for a long time, but if you're new here, Heart Math Institute, heart-brain coherence. We need both. We need to synchronize both. And then we have a practical application of love in action. And that's really what, everything is always about. But just like Leo, Sun in Leo, with the full moon in Aquarius here on Jupiter, is just like the guru, that which takes us from dark to light, the wisdom, right, is there. But you need to embody it. And it is not easy because it's a full moon in Aquarius. So we are attaching to science. We are attaching to knowledge, to like, oh yeah, nice. Oh, metaverses. Oh yeah, nice. This, it looks like just virtual intelligence, virtual reality, artificial intelligence. But that is creating more of what's here and not here. We are here on Earth to experience light in action. And honestly, in a virtual reality, it's just distraction. Because we've already created an Earth. Why do we have to create more Earths? That is my question. When we are here, and we are here to create art from the heart on Earth, and not just a virtual reality, which is only the brain. So whilst we are here, why can't we do it here now? Why do we have to create more other verses, other anything, whatever? This is escapism. This is the South Node in Sagittarius. Now is North Node in freaking Gemini with Mercury and Mars in Virgo, and that is putting it to action. And it is trining Uranus and Taurus, and that is retrograde. So I am seeing that capability, and we're going to surprise ourselves big time. So prepare. But now, go and do your heart-brain coherence. Or join the Heaven on Earth community, and I'm serious about this, because that is where we learn to fucking do that. That's my work, and that's why I'm here. So anyway, this is your call. Happy full moon in Aquarius. Sending you much love. Be well. Bye-bye. See you next week.